Alright, hello. Welcome back. We're doing a redo on these predictions because 2 days after I fucking posted these predictions, every single fight got jumped around and moved around and delayed. Owen Elliott is stuck trying to cross the border. I don't know where he is right now. I think he's fighting in I can't pronounce the name of the city, but he's fighting in that Jamal Hill card, I think. Disappointing, but I'm kind of glad because he was fighting kind of a can opponent that was an easy win from. The opponent they got from as the replacement is much better in my opinion. More 50-50. Well, I still favour Oban Elliott, but still closer than the other fight. I'm just going to get straight into it because I don't want to get so I've already done these predictions before. Starting off with the first fight of the night, Ryan Dos Santos versus Alice Ardalian. I haven't changed my opinion with this one. I still think Ryan Dos Santos is probably going to win by a decision or late submission. But I do think Alice Ardalian is stronger though, so I think she'll be able to resist the grappling for a while. But I think she'll get tired at some point. Moving on, Belasioki versus Michael Aswell. I actually do like. I saw some clips on I believe it was Fury and some random Spanish promotion. Michael Aswell looks very, very good. It's just that he's the favourite in this fight. He looks very good, but the thing is, he's a 145er. And he's taking on a lightweight opponent on a full camp. Do you know what I mean? It just doesn't spell like the odds are in his favour. And Belasioki is actually the underdog. But I'm actually going to go with Belasioki. I think his boxing is really good. His only loss in UFC was against Chris Duncan, which is aged beautifully. I think Chris Duncan is probably one of the best prospects in the lightweight division. I don't think Michael Aswell has the submission threat that Chris Duncan has, so I'm going to go Belasioki rounds 2 or 3 knockout. I just think he has the technical ability to outclass Michael Aswell. And also the lightweight power. I think Michael Aswell is just undersized for lightweight. He's just average featherweight sized in my opinion. He's not like a tall featherweight, he's not a short featherweight, he's just an average featherweight. And Belasioki is a fairly tall lightweight. I'm going to go Belasioki. He just gets it done, I think. Knockout rounds 1 or 2 or 3 knockouts round 2 or 3. I'm fucking trying to get this wrapped up quickly. Trevin Giles versus Andreas Gustafsson. I'm not too impressed with Andreas Gustafsson. I think he's alright. I definitely see him lurking around the top 15. I think he gets the top 12, and then I think someone will check him. Trevin Giles, though, is not the person to do that. Way too chinny. I feel like Andreas Gustafsson will just get in there, clinch him against the fence, and then probably with a knee to the head or something. Or if he can take him down, he can probably ground and pound. But I see him getting in a Muay Thai stance and just getting a knee to the head and getting a knockout. That's just my opinion, though. I just think Trevin Giles right now is too chinny and he's coming off the couch. You know what I mean? Moving on, though, I'm going to go Andreas Gustafsson knockouts rounds 1 or 2. Moving on. Kurt Holloway versus Jordan Levitt. I hope I'm saying that right. Or Hollowbach. I don't know. I'm going to go with Jordan Levitt. I like Kurt Holloway's stand-up ability. I think he's a very good striker. But I just think Jordan Levitt is probably just going to muscle him down, get the back, rear naked, within 2 rounds. I think 2 or 3. I'll go submission round 2 or 3 for Jordan Levitt. Probably by rear naked. Moving on. Jafel Filho versus Alan Nascimento. I really like watching Jafel Filho fight because it's like watching a Rocky movie. He always just gets battered in his fights, but finds some way to get a submission going. And for that reason, I'm going Jafel Filho. I really do like him. I think he has good submission ability and he has a lot of heart. Not saying that Alan Nascimento is bad or anything. I think in his prime, 2 years ago, he probably would beat Jafel. But the thing is he's had a lot of time on the couch, if you get my drift. I think this is nearly a 1.5 year layoff for him. That can't be good for him, you know what I mean? Especially as he's getting older, old for flyweight. I'm going to go with Jafel Filho, submission or decision. Probably submission rounds 2 or 3. Either that or decision. Alright, moving on. Zachary Reese versus Dusko Todorovic. Todorovic? I don't know. I like Todorovic, but this smells like a round 1 or 2 knockout for Zachary Reese. So that's what I'm going to go. I'm going to go rounds 1 or 2 knockout or submission for Zachary Reese. I could see him more likely getting submission, but he can knock him out. He's very good power and very tall for the division. I just think Zachary Reese probably will reinvent himself after that brutal loss. I think he'll try bounce back and get some momentum, because he needs it right now. He really does need it. I can see him chinning him. I can see him submitting him. I'm say more likely. I mean, it's 50-50 to be honest, but I'm just going to go rounds 1 or 2. Even round 1 I can see. Round 1 knockout or submission, I think that's a good pick, I guess. Moving on. Ketlen Vieira versus Macy Chiasson. To be honest, I didn't know Macy Chiasson before this. I did a bit of research. I'm just going to go with Ketlen Vieira. I think she probably outclasses her. Chiasson is good, but I just think Vieira is just going to use her experience and try outclass her. I think she's fought more, if I'm right, more high-class opponents. So I'm going to go Ketlen Vieira, probably rounds 3 submission or decision. Probably split decision on women's MMA. And I don't mean that in a bad way, it's just very competitive. Moving on, Dustin Jacoby versus Bruno Lopez. Bruno Lopez, I can't pick him, because he always looks average in his fights and gets like a really weird decision. And I think he's got knocked out before, so that doesn't spell anything good for him. Jacoby is a knockout artist. He's actually gone in there and like fought with Cahill Roundtree and arguably won that. I thought he won that very clearly, but who knows? I don't know. Last time he fought Vitor Petrino, which is a very similar matchup to Bruno Lopez. Very similar. Like, so close but so far in a way, you know what I mean? Like, they're hyped up, but they're never really that good. I'm going to go Dustin Jacoby, rounds 2 or 3 knockout. I did that a decision, but I see Jacoby chinning him. I really do. Now, unless Jacoby's age starts catching up with him, but I think with this on momentum, he's probably going to look better than he did against Petrino. So I'm going to go with Jacoby, rounds 2 or 3 knockout. I can see him chinning him. Moving on. Billy Ray Goff versus Ramiz Brahimaj. I don't know why I rolled that. I apologise if that offended anyone. I'm gonna go Billy Ray Goff, or Goof. I don't know. I think he has power, like decent power for the division. So I think Brahimaj gets chinned here. I'm gonna go probably rounds 1 or 2 knockout for Billy Ray Goff. Do I think either of these will go on to do anything special? Not Ramiz Brahimaj, but I can see Billy Ray Goff being like a lurker around top 15, top 12. I don't see him getting past the top 10. I think he gets out-grappled a lot by some people. But I'm just going to go Billy Ray Goff. I think he has decent power, enough power to put Ramiz Brahimaj away. So I'm just going to go with that. I'm just going to go with me gut. Both are very short welterweights. I'm just going to say that. Moving on. Mateus Gamrot versus Ludwig Klein. I struggled with this fight first, but I'm just going to be honest. I wanted to pick Gamrot because of his takedown ability. I'm sure anyone that's watched the first predictions video for this probably already knows. I'm going to go with Ludwig Klein. I'm going to go with early knockout. I just think if it goes past the second round, like halfway through the second round, I think Gamrot takes over and probably wins the decision or submission. But I can see Klein really chinning him in the first because he took a lot of damage in that Dan Hooker fight. I can really see Ludwig Klein chinning Gamrot early on because he's the younger man, has a lot of power. Gamrot is coming off like 2 back-to-back losses, I believe. I can really see Klein having the momentum chinning Gamrot. I don't know, I hope I'm wrong because I like Gamrot, but I just see it happening. So Ludwig Klein rounds 1 or 2 knockout. Moving on. Aaron Blanchfield versus Macy Barber. This is an okay fight. I mean, good for their division, I guess. Both of these have kind of like won and then lost, and then won and then lost to someone decent. Erin Blanchfield is still. I think she's the younger fighter here. I think she's fought the more high caliber opponents. I think Macy Barber, not to say she is, but a tiny tad bit of a can crusher in my opinion. She's only fought like 3 or 4 decent opponents. I think Erin Blanchfield's that first like good opponent. I can see Erin Blanchfield getting a submission rounds 2 or 3. I can see also a decision for her, but I can see rounds 2 or 3 Erin getting the like back and getting a rear naked or something, or a dares, whatever the fuck. So yeah, that's my predictions for this card. If you disagree with or agree with any of them, please let me know. Is this the best card in the world? No. Is it worse now that Alban Elliott is not in it? Yes. I'm sad, but hey, we have to make what we do. And the reason I did it earlier, I just wanted to get my predictions before everyone, because I wanted to prove I don't watch anyone else's predictions before I do mine. But oh well. Do I think that any of these winners will go on to do anything special? Maybe Erin Blanchfield. She has good grappling, and if she improves her striking and like actually strikes with Macy Barber and actually wins the clashes, I could see her going on to be a title challenger if she competes with Macy Barber on the feet. But I think she just grapples her and gets a submission. I don't see this fight being really too competitive. Maybe the first round she might be in trouble. But rounds 2 onwards, I see Erin Blanchfield taking over. I think she has good gas tank. That's really all I can say. Fought the more high caliber opponents. That's really all there is to it. Alright, if you have anything to say, please say it down in the comments. I'll try to reply to everyone. Thanks again for watching. See ya.